You wanted to talk about committing tax evasion?
Oh, yeah, no, I've been doing that for a couple of years now, and I'm terrified, because I don't know if the IRS is going to be mad at me about that shit. And frankly, I don't really understand why I have to give the government a bunch of money. I didn't leave my house today. Should I have to pay today's taxes?
They should keep track of how much public services you actually use and then make your taxes based off of that.
Oh my God, hello?
Hello?
Is this Lyle?
Yes, who is this?
My name is Olivia. Oh my God, I can't believe I made it on.
Olivia, what's going on? How can I get you today?
Well, I've texted him about a couple of things. What do you want to hear about, Lyle?
Well, I guess what caught my eyes...
Jack, rather. Sorry, not
you can call me whatever. You can call me the wrong name. I do it to people all the time. I couldn't complain.
Okay, Tom.
Oh, yeah, you did text me a bunch of different things. Let's go with the most recent one. You wanted to talk about committing tax evasion?
Oh, yeah, no, I've been doing that for a couple of years now, and I've been dating somebody who is a much more responsible person than me, and it was like, hey, when was the last time you did taxes? And I was like, that was a great question. So he's making an appointment for us to all go get our taxes done together, and I'm terrified, because I don't know if the IRS is going to be mad at me about that shit, and frankly, I don't really understand why I have to give the government a bunch of money, because they have so much more money than me. And also, like, at this point in my life, I don't do anything that, like, I don't even own a car right now. So, like, why taxes? Why taxes? Why?
Okay, hold on. I have thoughts about what you just said, but just to say this, I'm gonna just list off everything that you texted me. You said, my name is Olivia. I'm 22. I want to talk about having 3 separate families. And then you said, we could also talk about how I am a pothead who is dating a cop and I committed tax evasion. So, I mean, that's a lot of stuff. But anyway, I agree with you. Look, here's the thing. You know what? I think we should be allowed to not pay taxes as a form of protest against the government. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I shouldn't have said that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm about to get 500 comments.
No, you're cooking. Go, you're on something.
No, I'm not. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm stupid. Anyway,
let's get the Gecko manifesto going.
No.
Everybody stop paying your taxes.
No. I took a walk in the park today. I have to pay taxes.
Oh, shit. See, I didn't leave my house today. Should I have to pay today's taxes?
Maybe not. Maybe
is
the government
how taxes work?
should the government. Well, here's what is they should keep track of how much public services you actually use, and then make your taxes based off of that.
Ooh, see, but now you have I guess I don't know. Would we consider that is the government watching? Is it probably? And by it, do I mean some larger hypothetical entity that doesn't really exist, in a tangible, finite way? Of course I do. Of course that's what I mean. What was your name again? You said Dan?
Do you make any money?
I do make money, yeah. No, I do subsist.
Do you make a lot of money?
No. See, that's my other thing, is I don't get why they... I'm over here sweating about this appointment,
How much money? Okay.
If the IRS is gonna jump up my ass.
How long How long have you gone without paying taxes?
3 years, 4 years, maybe 5.
All right. Well, you're 22, so I mean, you've only really been an adult.
Basically, I don't think I've ever paid taxes.
All right. How much money do you think you owe?
I've never made more than minimum wage. So my thing is I probably would get money, but maybe not anymore since I haven't been doing the taxes.
Well, hold on.
I haven't been filing.
What do you do for a living?
I mean, I don't do anything in particular right now. I used to work at restaurants. I do childcare sometimes.
Okay.
Nothing fancy. Nothing impressive.
Don't they? But
I make apartment money.
Okay, but if you work for a restaurant, when the restaurant pays you, they take the taxes out of your paycheck already.
Right, but you still have to file your taxes.
You might
and you
get
still
money.
get like a tax return. See, but my thing is like, do they get mad if you don't file?
Why would they get mad? They don't. They get to.
Well, because the IRS is like, you should be. They want to basically. They just want to know as soon as I make enough money to get taxed. Also, what if I do? What if this whole time I've been like? Oh, that's the other thing is so when I worked at restaurants and stuff, right? You get a paycheck, you get taxed on that. But if you work childcare and you do weird things and odd jobs and get paid under the table a lot, you don't really get taxed on that, but you still have to kind of report at least some of that, because that's my thing is like, what if the IRS is like, start answering questions about where your money comes from? I don't want to answer those questions.
Did you get paid in cash?
Sometimes. So like that, obviously, that doesn't exist. That never happened.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people these days send a lot of money through like Venmo and things like that, and that's pretty easily trackable. So for example, if I watch somebody's kid for a while and then they send me payments through like Venmo, or even if they like sent it through like my bank, you know, through the Zelle or whatever, it still like exists. And if the IRS was ever like, this bitch doesn't pay taxes, why? And started looking at things, I don't want that.
Listen, you're probably fine.
Probably. Okay. So when I go in and I tell them that the Gecko, like, they're like, hey, why have you done all of this? And like, I'm like, the Gecko said it's fine. Please stop yelling at me.
How do you have
that acceptable? Like, is that fine?
How do you have 3 families?
Oh, I've been adopted twice.
How does that work?
One family gave me back. No shit.
How old were you? Okay, all right. So you were born, and you were put up for adoption.
Yeah, so I was, I like had parents, you know, like the ones that, you know, I had originally, and my dad passed away when I was younger, and then my mom lost custody, and I was in foster care for a while, and then I got adopted. And then, you know, my adopted parents, basically when I turned 18, they were like, this doesn't work for us, and we don't like this. And I kind of have like a second family, who were some teachers that both worked at my school when I was in high school. And they were like, hey, what's going on? How's life? And I was like, not great. Not great at all. And they were kind of like, come be a part of our family. And so, you know, now I'm a part of their family, and we spend all of the holidays together and all that kind of stuff. I still talk to my first adopted family. They live in Hawaii, though, and I live in New York. So that's a little far away, kind of a long drive.
So, all right, let me get this straight. So you were put up for adoption when you were 7 years old.
More or less, yeah. I wasn't adopted until I was 12.
Okay, so you went into
I'm
foster
sure if you
care.
can imagine.
So you went into foster care when you were 7, and then you were adopted. So you were in foster care for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were adopted by this family when you were 12.
Yep.
And then when you were 18, the family said, "Why?"
So it's gotten better, and we talk now, but for a little bit it was rough because they were kind of like, you know, you don't exactly fit in with this family, and we no longer have, say, like, an obligation to keep you. So good luck is what they said. And I was like, oh, that's ass. I'm not going to lie. That was ass when they said that. But, you know, we've talked about things, and we talk sometimes. I have a little sister and a niece, so it's important to me to, like, still be in contact with them.
So you're still cool.
But my new family's great. They're like
so you're still cool with the old
like,
family.
Not fully Jewish, and they're like teaching me all of their stuff, and it's really interesting because like I grew up Catholic, and half of their family's Catholic, so it's like this crazy combination of different religions that like we're just kind of like fuck it, do whatever.
So you're still cool
Let's sit
with
and enjoy a Seder meal, and like go to mass later.
Wait, hold on. So you're still cool with the old family.
Like, kind of. Like, I love them. They raised me. They took me in, and, you know, all of that good stuff. They're not, like, you know, always my favorite people. But I lived with them and their family, and families, you know.
And now you live with this nice Jewish family who's teaching you how to be Jewish.
Yeah, well, I don't live with them, but I do live, like, right next door to them. My apartment building is, like, next to their house, which is kind of crazy.
And they,
But, yeah.
and they, like, one of them was, like, your teacher?
Yeah, they're both teachers. They're, like, super, super cool people. And I, like, had a bunch of classes with both of them because they both do, like, history and, like, the social studies kind of section, and I was really into that in high school. Also, the husband, like the, I don't know, new dad, he ran a D&D club with me when I was in high school, when I was like an older student, so we already spent a lot of time. They were kind of familiar with my like adopted, like my original adopted family being a little out there, a little different, a little zany, a little intense.
So, how did you meet this your boyfriend, who's teaching you how to do your taxes?
Oh, the cop boyfriend?
Yeah.
Cop boyfriend, dating app.
Okay.
Hinge. No, actually, I think it was Bumble. I believe it was Bumble.
Okay.
Oh
And,
yeah, no, he's just the cutest thing.
Is he cool?
He's just the cutest thing.
Is that good?
Oh, I don't understand why he has the job he has. Because he's very cool about all of the things. Yeah, no, it's been interesting. So actually, I kind of live with him nowadays. I'm mostly taking up space in his house most days.
Okay.
Like, I have an apartment, but I don't fuck with that right now.
Well, why don't you fuck with your apartment?
Oh, just because, like, he's here, and so I'm here most of the time. So I kind of just, like, locked that shit up, and, like, it's there, you know, in case. Because we're not, like, married or anything. So if he dumps my ass, I gotta have a place to go.
How long have you guys been together?
Over a year, actually. We just recently had our anniversary in
Nice,
January.
Man. Very nice.
Yeah, no, it's been going super cool. And also, both of my adopted families think he's really cool, so that's cool.
So
one of them might like him more than me.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool. It sounds like everything's going well for you. I mean, look, I don't think you're gonna get, I don't think you're gonna go to jail for tax evasion. You have a boyfriend you like. You have two families. Anything else?
Oh,
I mean,
three families, because you forget there's the initial family.
Do you still talk to the initial
family?
And then the
adopted family. Sort of. My mom, like, so my biological mom's, like, a whole-ass crackhead. Like, I hate to say that, because, you know, but, like, she really is. Like, she's just take what you imagine a crackhead to be, and really, that's her. Yeah. But my biological sister actually got adopted by the same family that adopted me, like, years later, like, when she was, like, 26, they legally adopted her and my niece. And so, like, it was actually wild, because I lost contact with her since I got removed from my initial family, my birth family. And she ended up in jail for a long time, just for, like, stupid shit. She didn't, like, hurt anybody or anything. But, yeah, she ended up in jail for a long time, so I just, like, didn't even know if she existed. And then one day she, you know, answered a Facebook message and whatever, and she was going to have a baby. And, you know, I told my adopted parents about that, and I was like, I'm going to move to Denver to help her take care of her baby. And they were like, the fuck you are? So they, you know, moved her out to where I am. And, you know, after they saw the situation she was in, they were like, oh, yeah, no, you're part of our family now. So that was kind of cool to be like, oh, are all of your sisters adopted? Yes, but that one's also related to me. which to other people that's super normal. You know, you're like, oh yeah, of course my siblings are related to me. In my world, that's abnormal. That's strange. It's strange when people are related. Like my boyfriend's family, I don't like it. Why do they all look the same? Why do they all sound the same? Like they're so all visibly related. It's kind of gross. I'm like, why do you all look like each other in like the whole face?
Yeah, no, it is.
I don't know if
weird.
other people have that experience.
No, it's weird. It's weird. Like a bunch of people who look together, a bunch of people who look like each other, living in the same house, is fucking weird. You're right.
No, because it gets wilder. Because I'm like the whitest white bread, and so is my adopted dad. Like this is my first adopted family. My adopted mother, she's Dominican, like, and she looks it. And my adopted little sister is black, like, just the whole ass, like, black. And it's just funny because, my biological sister, obviously, she's white, but my niece is also black. So when we all go out together, not only is everybody really weird ages, and there's, like, a child and a whole adult, but then there's, like, obviously parents, but we're all different colors. And we all, like, come from different backgrounds, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, and you see people, like, looking at my mom and my dad and looking at me and my sister and trying to figure out who cheated on who, and it's like, nope, we're just all adopted. It's crazy. I don't know if regular people get those reactions when they go out with their family, but ours looks different, so we get looks sometimes.
How many adopted siblings do you have in total?
Well, okay, so this is weird, because my niece is, like, obviously my niece, like, my sister's daughter, but I think she might be adopted under my name, too, like, the same name I have, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if she actually is technically... No, my sister still has custody. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I have the two, and then my niece also has our family's last name now.
So how many is that?
So just two sisters and a niece.
Okay.
But the niece, like, lives with us, so... and my sister's, like, a whole-ass adult. She kind of pisses me off sometimes, but she, like, doesn't act like an adult and kind of lets my parents raise her daughter and stuff. So, like, that's kind of, I think, why my niece feels, like, more like a sister than my niece, Because my parents kind of raise her. It's one of those fun situations. But she went to school and, like, got a counseling degree and stuff and graduated college, so that's really good for her. She's doing better now.
What's your life dream, Olivia? What do you want to do? What do you want for the future?
So I'm in school right now. I want to study, I want to continue to study horticulture and botany. And I want to do urban planning farms, like rooftop farms or in small spaces, or like the kind of thing where people take lots and clear them out, like abandoned lots and clear them out and make community gardens and stuff. I'm all about, like, creative agriculture and symbiotic relationships between different, like, species and stuff.
I want you to make
I'm dragging my ass getting my degree.
I want you to make a very, very realistic version of Rainforest Cafe. I think that would be the best possible application of your degree.
The immersive experience? No, that's a great idea, though, because like I said, my adopted family, they live in Hawaii these days, so when I do get to go visit them, that's, like, my favorite part is, like, just outside is, like, the kind of plants that, like, stateside, you'd have to go somewhere really special to see plants like that, Like a greenhouse or a botanical garden or a, like, some kind of display like what you're talking about, like in a fancy restaurant or whatever. Does Rainforest Cafe count as fancy? When I was a kid, that shit felt fancy.
Is Rainforest Cafe fancy? I mean,
yeah.
Look,
like, if you can afford to take kids there, I feel like you're pretty set.
People really only go there on very special occasions, so I would say that makes it fancy.
That's what I'm thinking. Wait, is that the place where, like, some locations they have, like, the people that do the diving, like the cliff jumping indoors?
No, you're thinking of Casa
Am I thinking
Bonita.
of some other shit?
Yeah, you're thinking of Casa
Holy
Bonita.
shit! Oh, that's the South Park thing, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's a South Park thing.
They made a big deal about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
well, when I lived out in Denver, we like went there on school trips. So like I've been all
What?
up
That's
in that
was it cool? Was it wait like that? Oh, you went
Oh,
to the
it was the
original one.
coolest fucking place. Trying to describe to people, like, as an adult, that this place existed in my childhood and I went there, they all think I'm fucking insane. They think I'm lying. I'm like, no. There was, like, you know, a pirates thing, and there was, like, a waterfall inside, and all the food was Mexican food, and people were like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, there were games everywhere! And they're like, you're an insane person. Because, like, out here they got, like, Chuck E. Cheese or some shit.
Olivia, I gotta say, I was feeling sorry for you because as a child you went through foster care, but now that I know that you went to Casa Bonita as a kid, I don't feel bad for you anymore.
No, you shouldn't. And that was before the foster care. You'd actually be surprised. Sometimes as a foster child, though, you get to go on like field trips because people are like, "Aw, you sad little foster kid. Do you want to go to the beach today?"
Yeah.
And then, you know, as a foster kid, you'd be surprised how many people are just like, yeah, sure, this child I'm responsible for, just, like, take her for the day. That'd be nice. I need a break. I need to sit down for a minute. And then I'd be in a stranger's car, like, going to the beach or going to Casa Bonita. That's fine. Casa Bonita, that was horrible. Casa.
I'm just kidding, by the way, because I feel that people are going to be like, Lyle, that was so mean. Anyway.
No.
Anyway.
No, because you're completely right. Feel bad for kids that didn't get adopted. Feel bad for kids that didn't get to go to Casa.
It's true. The kids who did. It's true. I feel bad for. I feel bad for every kid who had like two parents that stayed together, that were in love with each other, and they live in a weird, stupid house that, and they look like their sister, and that's just a weird kid with a weird fucking life, you know?
So
and they never went to any
right?
of the cool restaurants. They never got to go to Disney World. They just fucking...
no foster kid perks at all?
No foster kid perks at all.
Oh, that's the thing. When you go through foster care, if you're in it for a certain amount of time, in most states, if you age out of the system, you get scholarship opportunities after you get out.
Oh my god.
Like higher education stipends and shit. Yeah, so anyway, if anyone's listening and they went through foster care, please look up your benefits in your state, because if you're in foster care for like 3 to 5 or more years, you qualify for a lot of help from the government, because they feel very bad about the childhood you had.
You are going to make so many people listening to this wish that their parents were dead.
Yeah, well, listen, some people just wish that already. I've heard some of these calls. It's a wild time.
What's your name again?
Olivia.
Olivia, thanks
Think
for
you were
chatting.
Ben or something?
Call me Ben. I don't give a shit. Call me whatever. Olivia, thanks for chatting with me about all this stuff. I'm glad. I genuinely am. I'm glad to hear that things seem like they're going well for you. You're probably not going to go to jail for tax evasion, but don't quote me on that. Is there anything else that you want to say to the people of the computer, or anything that you wanted to say that we didn't get to, or final thoughts, feelings, sentiments, questions, comments, concerns before we go?
Okay. All right. Okay. So, how many Skittles do you think that they make a year?
Oh my god, that's a great question. They must make at least... Holy shit.
I'm going to be such a dick right now. I don't have an answer prepared. I don't know what that number is. I don't know if it's as many as you think it is or more. But I'd like to leave you with that burning question.
Man, it's got to be... Is it more or... Is it over or under 1 billion?
I don't know. I haven't even looked it up. It literally just said that shit, because now you're going to wonder, and you have, like, the whole exit of this podcast to do. So, I don't know. What are you going to do about that? Stop your podcast to look it up?
Olivia, you've taken us on a ride this evening, and for that, I greatly thank you.
Hey, well, thank you for your podcast. It's awesome. Everybody fucking loves it, and you're great. I hope your tour goes well.
Thanks, Olivia. Appreciate that.
I might see you in Syracuse. That'd be fun.
Oh, please. Oh, my God. I don't know who's going to come in Syracuse. I think there's only about 15 people that live in that city. So I hope you do.
You know the Shia LaBeouf song where at the end he is just the only person in the theater clapping, like, with an intensity?
That'll be you in Syracuse?
That'll be me and the 15 people that live in Syracuse.
Well,
We're
I greatly look
wheel
forward
out
to
the
it.
Shia LaBeouf experience for you.
I greatly look forward to it. All right.
you
Well,
so much
thanks for
taking
calling,
my call.
Olivia. I'm
It's
gonna
so
look. I'm
fun.
gonna Google that. I'm gonna Google that fucking Skittles thing.
Good luck. I hope you find your answers.
Thank you, Olivia. Have a good night.
You too, Lyle. Bye.
Bye. All right, we're looking it up. How many Skittles are made each day? Whoa. All right. I was wondering if it was over or under 1 billion. According to Google, this comes straight from the mouth of Wrigley. They make 200 million Skittles every day, which means 70 billion Skittles are produced every year. That's a piece of information that is of no use to me or anyone ever, but man, it's crazy, right? Because it does make you think, right? Why is world hunger a thing when enough Skittles are made every year for everyone on Earth to have at least 10 Skittles? Crazy world we live in. Hey folks, this is Lyle. I am very excited to announce that I am going back on tour in 2024 to do Therapy Gecko live all across the country. If you've never been to one of my live shows before, they are extremely fun, unpredictable, wild evenings that involve a mix of group Gecko therapy sessions as well as some material and presentations from myself. And if you've been to the show before, I have new presentations and will, of course, be interviewing new people. If you're a fan of the podcast, you're going to have a great time at the live show, so I hope to see you guys there. Go to therapygeckotour.com or check the link in the episode description for a full list of cities where tickets are available. Also, if you don't see your city on the list of cities, please still click the link and RSVP with your phone number so I can contact you when tickets go on sale for your city, because I'm going to announce a bunch more dates very soon. Geck bless.
Hey, is this the Gecko?
Yeah, who is this?
Hi, my name's Athena. Great to be on.
Athena, what's up? How's life? How can I geck you today?
Pretty good, man. I don't know if you saw the text I sent you, but we have a bit of a situation on our hands.
Situate me. What's happening?
All right. This actually happened a couple years ago, but I haven't talked to anybody about it since, and it's like eating me alive, okay?
Go for it.
So I'm 19 now, right? This happened probably like 4 years ago. My parents got married again, and I have 2 stepbrothers, okay? One of them lives in South Carolina, and he visits occasionally, okay? And one time he was staying the night, and I think he caught me masturbating, which is insane. And I think our relationship has been strained ever since, and I need help trying to patch it.
Is it that is it that insane to masturbate?
A little bit. I think the more insane part is it wasn't that bad, but in the morning after he like told me, "Hey, I saw you. I heard."
He told you. What do you mean? Wait,
He
so was
told
this like
me.
he walked in, or he like fucking?
I didn't know he was like. I didn't know he knew until the next morning.
Oh.
So our rooms are like right across the hall from each other. And he came up to me in the morning and he was like, "Hey, I heard you. I saw you." And I went, "Oh, okay." And that was probably the last thing I've said to him in the last 5 years.
All right, can I give you my take?
Yeah, give me my take. Your
Okay,
take.
that's so on him. That's so on him. So on him. Because if you catch your stepsister masturbating, you don't fucking tell her over breakfast the next morning. You just keep it to yourself. That's on him.
Keep that in, man.
Yeah, that's on him. That's not like you don't like. I don't think that's something you need to discuss necessarily.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I'm gonna say that's on him.
Okay, I think the main part that was really like eating me alive was the nonchalance I had in the morning. I was terrified, but I played it off, and I think that's what really.
Well, you didn't do anything wrong. It was him who was like, let's talk about this. You know,
Thank
I
God.
don't think that needed to be talked about.
For sure, yeah.
When's the last time you saw him?
Probably like a year ago.
Okay.
We didn't talk. We haven't talked at all.
You didn't talk. What was the situation where you guys met?
So he comes over occasionally for like Thanksgiving and like birthdays and stuff.
Okay.
He only really comes over like twice a year though. And every time he does, he cannot look me in the eye.
So wait, so the conversation literally he said to you, "I saw you masturbating." Like what were his words?
He said, "I saw you, I heard you." And I knew immediately what he was talking about because obviously. He said, I saw you, I heard you last night. And so I was like, okay. And I said, all right. And then we went our separate ways. I mean, like, he was still, like, in the house that time. We more, like, wouldn't look at each other or talk to each other because of how awkward it was. You know?
Okay, let me ask you this question. Do you have any desire to have any form of relationship with this person?
Oh, no. Nope, no thanks.
Not romantic relationship. I just mean as
okay.
No, I wasn't asking you. You thought I was asking you if you wanted to have sex with your stepbrother? I mean, like, do you want to have not a like just a relationship? Like, do you want to fucking be familial?
I think so. I mean, he's interesting, actually. Can I tell you a little bit about him? Because this is where
sure.
it gets kind of. Yeah, thank you. So I'm Latina. My dad is from Guatemala. My mom is from Mississippi. And he made a bunch of racist comments last year about like you know, like the whole like building the border, getting immigrants out of the country and stuff. He talked a lot about that and how he wanted to like beat people that weren't white. And he said like kind of the same stuff about like people that were like queer. So I mean, I think our relationship before the whole incident happened was great.
You have an interesting definition of interesting.
Thanks, man. But I mean, I want our relationship to go back to how it was before, but I don't know if that's possible now.
How was it before? How would you describe it before?
I think we were very casual. It was when he would come over, we would like play video games together. And he was a huge history buff. Okay. He was like failing all his other classes, but history was like the one thing. And so I'd ask him very specific questions. We'd sit in the basement and I'd ask him like, you know, different questions about like different wars, and he'd always have an answer. He
sounds like he's interested in very particular periods of history.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. But I that's definitely changed because now he's getting into like drugs and like tobacco and stuff. And so, you know, maybe I'm like grasping onto the past, you know, trying to like.
Do you like this guy? Not in a sexual way. Do you like as a human being? Do you want to be friends with him?
It's been so long since we talked. I don't know really who he is anymore. So I can't give like a yes or no because I haven't had like a proper conversation with him.
Then why don't you fucking talk to? Why don't you fucking talk to him?
It's awkward, man. Hey, man, the anxiety is real. Okay, I don't know what to tell you.
Just what do you mean? You just next time he's at dinner, it's very easy to have a conversation with someone without working in the fact that he saw you masturbating. You would have to go out of your way to mention that.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. I think next time he comes down is probably 4th of July.
Okay.
I might. Okay. Thank you, man.
It sounds like he's gonna be. It sounds like he's gonna be in a good mood on that day. I don't know why.
Maybe. We'll see.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Yeah. Hey, man, I love your show. Everyone keep doing what you're doing. You guys are amazing. Been watching the chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much.
Bless. Have a good night.
You too.
I once walked in on I was going to tell a fake story, but I decided not to. All right, let's move on.
Call from.
Hey, it's Zach from Australia.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press
man.
2.
Hello?
Hello, Lyle. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right. Is this Jack?
It's Zach with a Z.
Oh, Zach. What's up, Zach? How can I get you today? How's life?
Not much, Lyle. I'll give you the TLDR.
Please.
I'm just out of a 6-year relationship, and I'm feeling really fucking lost, man.
Why did it end? What happened?
Basically, she accused me of cheating on her for 2 years straight when it was completely false.
Why did she think you were cheating on her?
We used to have, like, verbal arguments, and it was our agreement that we were going to leave on a rotation. Like, I would go for a walk, and then she would go for a walk. But what ended up happening is she's a bit more of a homebody, so I just said, fuck it, I'll go for walks, which turned into me just going over to my friend's house for a while. And my friend is a weed guy, so a bunch of people come over to his house all the time. Some of those pretty girls. And that's where it comes from.
Okay, so she thought... Okay, you weren't cheating on her, though, right?
No, 100% not. Love it a bit, still love it a bit.
Okay. I mean, so are you... Oh, you say you still love her to bits.
Yeah, man. As I said, like, we were together for 6 years, and the last 2 years was just accusations and arguments. And, yeah, that just caused me to move out.
2 years, so it's 2 full years of accusations and arguments?
Yeah, like every second or third night, if we would have an argument and I would go out, or even, not even that, like, you know, there were occasions where we'd be going out to get dinner and we'd be walking home, and I'd be, like, looking at my phone or something, and she'd point to a girl on the street and be like, were you looking at her? Just really, like, insecure, intense stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't want to be dealing with that.
I really didn't. And I did want to, because I was, 4 years into a relationship, love this woman to bits. But at the end of the day, like, there's only so much I could put up with.
Yeah. Well, all right.
But yeah, man.
No, yeah. What are you going to do now?
Well, I'm living in my place. I moved about 20 minutes away, and I'm living in my new place. And I'm basically just, like, doing my shift at work every day. I do... Much like yourself, I do Twitch streaming. I'm a much smaller streamer, though. And, yeah, I'm just doing that. And then as soon as I clock off from the stream, I'm just lost. Like, I just sit and stare at the screen, and I just can't... I'm just sad, dude. Like, it's been, like, 3 months, and I just can't bring myself to do much.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I have no experience with... ending a Twitch stream and then staring at the ceiling feeling sad, so I really can't help you with that.
Can't relate to that one?
No, can't relate to that at all. I've never experienced that before in my whole life, so unfortunately I can't help you. No
problems.
Oh God. Let's see. Yeah, when that happens to me, oh God, I don't know what to do. I don't know, man. What do you do when you're not streaming?
I do like sound engineering and stuff. I smoke a bit of weed. Catch up with my friends. I've been trying to lean into that, but I went around to my friend's house recently, and I just got like a little bit like annoyed with him. And then immediately apologized because I was like, I'm just like in a bad spot. So like now I've sort of shot myself in the foot because I got like a little bit annoyed at, the friend's house that I go to he's already over it. It's all good. Like, I can go over there again, but I just don't trust myself. I just feel like I'm in such a bad spot that I'm going to miss talk and, you know, just shit on one of my friends again.
Yeah. How long have you been feeling like this?
Pretty much like, I don't know, like 2 out of the 3 months we've been split up.
What do you think would get you out of it?
See, this is good because these are the questions I don't ask myself. What would get me out of this? I guess I just got to lean into trying to enjoy, like, the normal things, like my normal routine that I used to have.
What do you mean used to have? What's changed? Well, tell me about the normal routine that you used to have and then how it changed.
Well, basically, I'd wake up in the morning, go for a walk, do exercise, get my coffee, be really friendly to the people down the shops. You know, it's all gentrified. And so I'm like, oh, hey. And, you know, then I'd feel stoked from the small amount of interaction. And then I'd hop on stream from like 10 a.m. till like 2 p.m., get off stream, work on music, work on mixes. And then just like, you know, nighttime comes around, smoke a little bit of weed and call the friends, see what they're up to, see if they want to hop on Discord. That's normally what I would do.
Okay, what do you do now?
Finish stream, smoke weed straight away, and just feel directionless and just procrastinate. Try and do things and fail.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay, I have a few thoughts, and by the way, I don't know, like, I mean, I don't know how much you've listened to me talk, but like, I'm also trying to figure out how to not, how to make life good, you know?
Yeah. Get those habits all healthy and positive.
Yeah. So take it all with a grain of salt, but I've been thinking about this a lot because I've been thinking like, oh, you know, if all my dreams did come true, right? Like imagine like the perfect relationship, the perfect career, the perfect everything. It's still you'd adjust. You know what I mean? Like no matter what is in front of you, you're gonna have to learn to be stoked about it, kind of, because
absolutely.
Because if everything gets better, you're still gonna have to learn how to be stoked for the better things. Because if you never learn how to get stoked with what's in front of you, it doesn't matter what's in front of you. You know what I mean? So
yep, it's true. It's like if you can't be happy with what you've got, then what you want is probably not going to happen because of that attitude.
No, that's not what I mean at all. If you can't be happy with what's in front of you, then what you want isn't even going to make you happy. Right.
Yeah, fair.
So, I mean, this morning, go to your coffee shop. Really feel yourself there. Enjoy talking to the lady who gives you the coffee. You know, enjoy being on your stream. Enjoy talking to your friends. Just like whatever you're doing, just enjoy it. I know that doesn't make any fucking sense, but like,
no, it does.
You gotta learn to be stoked at whatever you're doing.
No, you're right. It's you gotta lean into just being really grateful for what's in front of you, because like I'm well aware that like even though I'm poor on the general scale of things, my life is way better than a lot of people's.
Oh yeah.
And I need to remember that more often.
I was at today's a Monday, and I was at a coffee shop with my friend today at like 1 p.m. And him and I we were just talking about like our life. We just always get together and we talk about like our life goals and shit. And then we were like, dude, we're sitting at a coffee shop at 1 p.m. on a Monday. Do you know people are working people are working construction right now. People are typing in Excel spreadsheets and trying so hard not to kill themselves, and we're at a coffee shop on a Monday at 1 p.m. This, like, we're sitting here talking about how we're going to make our lives better. Dude, this is it. We're here. We're in a coffee shop at 1 p.m. on a Monday. We made it. This is life already, you know? This is, what more the fuck do we want?
It's honestly just a great point to really lean into that gratitude. I don't know what you did or if you did anything before doing this as a job, Gek, but I've had that exact experience of being locked in a corporate job and wanting to kill myself, being very depressed about it. So the fact that I have that experience and I'm still having trouble getting that gratitude really aggravates me as someone who should be better than that. As someone who's in their mid-30s, it really bums me out now that you just said that I couldn't just make that direct parallel. It's kind of, I'll be honest, man, it's kind of embarrassing to, like, the older I get, the more I feel like I should have my shit down pat and not be as sad and be more in control. But I've got to be honest, the only thing that can improve as I get older is not my emotions. They seem to get worse, but my coping and control mechanisms. And I just feel guilty that by this age I haven't developed them as well as some other people.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Man, you know what is, like, I'm 26. I really, like, in my brain, I'm like, oh, I really hope I'm not depressed when I'm 36, but I know I'm gonna be. But I think my life's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be way better than it is now. And I think I'm still gonna be depressed. I think it's just like a weird constant. I think you just accept it as, like, this is just a constant of fucking life.
Yeah.
You know? Like, this
honestly,
idea you have that, like, everything's gonna be sick. Like eventually you're gonna get to a point where just everything's gonna be sick forever. Like, I thought that when I was, like, when I was 16, I was like, one day everything's gonna be sick. And, like, 10 years later, I'm 26. Externally, everything's kind of sick, but I'm still getting depressed. And so 10 more years are gonna pass, and we're just never gonna get there. We're never gonna reach fucking nirvana. You know, I don't even know what that looks like.
Yeah, it's a carrot. It's a carrot on the stick. I think, like, hoping that you'll have less, like, internal work to do.
Yeah.
For me, something I said to myself the other day is, if I don't do the work, nothing's going to change.
Right.
And I need to find a less harsh self-talk framing to speak to myself, but I still believe that.
What's the work?
Just staying on, like all the stuff we've been talking about, how I, like, need to invest in gratitude. I need to, like, be more understanding that I am lucky and I do have a good life. Like, all that sort of work, just reinforcing those positive things that are real and are tangible, and I need to pay attention to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
it's a muscle. It's like trying to, like, be grateful and blissed out and shit. It's a muscle because you can only really, like, it's like doing planks. You know what I mean? You know how, like, no, you know what I mean? Like, you can.
You talking about, like, the 2016?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, the
planking?
exercise. I'm talking about the exercise.
Oh, okay.
You know, people will, like, plank for, like.
Sorry, dude, I got brain rot.
no, like, you know how people will, like, try to plank for, like, a minute or whatever, and, like, you do it for 10 seconds, and then you can do it for 20 seconds, and then you can do it for 30 seconds. That's kind of like gratefulness, is, like, you can get yourself to a point where you're, like, grateful and stoked for just the sun, and you can get yourself into that mindset for, like, a minute a day, and then eventually, something's gonna piss you off or get you depressed, and you're gonna get out of it. But the more you work the muscle, the more you'll be able to stay in that mindset. You know, it's just like a muscle you gotta work. But
that's actually really.
Yeah.
I don't know why, dude, but what you just said really struck a chord with me. Like, you got to use that muscle. You got to strengthen that muscle. Because I got a foot issue and I'm doing physio at the moment, and it just really relates to me because the same concepts exist with healing. You know, your normal feet muscles, arm muscles, all that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's actually. you know, you said take it with a grain of start of the call, but I don't know. I think you did pretty well here, man.
Well, I'm trying. I feel good. Well, here's the thing, man. It's like I'm talking to you right now, so I feel good. But like tomorrow at like 4 p.m., I'm gonna be anxious about. You know what I'll do? Tomorrow at 4 p.m. when I'm anxious about something, I'll just remember that I told you all this shit, and then I'll try it myself.
Dude, I was just gonna try and say, dude, at 4 p.m. tomorrow, I'm thinking about you. Stay strong.
All right, thanks, man. All right, I'll maybe think of you too.
Oh, look, you don't have to, buddy. No pressure. You speak to a lot of people every day.
I'm sorry. That was. I felt that. I'm sorry for being a dick. I only did it because I felt like you could take it because I have respect for you.
Hey, it was funny.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Zach. You're a cool guy, man. It's cool that where in Australia are you?
I'm in Brisbane. You've spoken to me twice.
I have?
You have, dude. I thought I'd wait until the end of the call to tell you since you didn't recognize me.
Oh, well, fucking... All right, well... Good to... Did I speak with you in person?
No. Just on the phone twice. Once before your Brisbane appearance, and then once after when I told you I missed you.
Wait, so this is the third time I've talked to you?
This is I just wrote yo smiley face in chat, but yeah, this is the first time that.
Well, I'm kicking you the fuck off the phone, time. Zach. Have a good rest of the night.
Have a lovely night, Lyle.
You too. Take care. Well, it's a good thing all Australians sound the same.
Call from
Heather.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing? What is your name?
I'm Heather. I am 23, so I'm of legal age. I think I've called you at least like 100 times tonight.
Have we ever spoken before, Heather?
No, I used to religiously listen to your podcast at like 2 years ago at one of my old jobs, and I left that job and stopped, and it's my first time tuning in a while, so it's an honor.
Well, hell yeah. It's an honor to talk to you too, Heather.
So I feel like the last caller honestly touched on like some of the stuff that I wanted to talk about, because earlier this year, it was like January 3rd, I ended up breaking up with my boyfriend of 3.5 years, and then the next day I ended up losing my job. So I'm getting back on my feet slowly but surely, but I'm struggling with a lot of like loneliness and stuff, and like, you know, I live by myself, so it's like I don't have a lot of friends, so it's kind of just I don't know, it's been tough, but I don't know, I kind of just want advice about like, well, but I also feel like you gave that last caller advice, so I don't really know, but yeah.
Okay, well, so when did you break up with your boyfriend? January
3rd, after 3.5 years.
Why did it end? What was the impetus?
A lot. So I think I wanted the relationship to end like probably for the past year of it, because it was really toxic and I didn't realize it at the time. I started dating him when I was 19, and that was like my first relationship. So yeah, he also accused me of cheating when, you know, I'm at work all the time, and he ended up not working for most of the relationship, but he was still living with me at my house. So it was just a really, like, I don't know. I've joked to my friends that I feel like I have PTSD from it, because he ended up being a narcissist. And I found out, like, afterwards, and, like, talked to, like, one of his friends that was like, yo, he's talking shit about you. And I was like, oh, what's up? Like, what'd he say? And come to find out, he was definitely a narcissist and stuff like that. So I'm, like, chill from that now. But it is definitely, like, I think because I'm not working full-time, I'm only working part-time now, I am very much struggling with just being in my house by myself all the time, if that makes sense.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Well, Heather, what do you do for work?
I work at Taco Bell right now.
You work at Taco Bell?
Yeah, I just started like a month ago.
Is that awesome or horrible?
A little bit of both, honestly. It's so different. I'm used to working like shitty jobs anyway. I'm sorry if I I think I can cuss on here. I don't know, but
it's always so. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but it's always funny when people ask me like, if you. I was just gonna say, I feel like if you've heard the podcast, you know that you could say cunt, tits, or whatever you want. But go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. It's been a while since I've listened to a podcast, so like it just, yeah. I don't know. I want to be.
It's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah. I've worked a lot of shitty jobs. I worked at Sheetz. I worked at Dunkin' for 2 years. And then, but both of those places I can like kind of walk around more and roam around and like get my steps in. But now at Taco Bell, it's like I'm not claustrophobic, but it reminds me, like, I'm thankful I'm not claustrophobic, because if I was, I'd be having a panic attack every single day there, because it's just standing in one spot, and like, even if you have to walk somewhere, it's like 10 feet away. Like, it's awful. Like, but it's not horrible. I'm making some money, so it's not horrible. And I'm grateful. Like, I'm very grateful that I started there. But, yeah, it's just rough. I'm trying to find a full-time job because I need to pay my bills and everything. So, but yeah, I don't know.
Do you have friends?
Okay, so I was going to say not really. One of my friends from out of state is actually coming into town this weekend, or this week, I guess, my weekend. So we're going to be hanging out this week, and I'm really excited about it, but I'm not as excited as I thought I would be, which is making me really bummed right now. She's coming into town tomorrow, and we're going to go hang out and go out and drink and everything, but I'm not as excited. I think after the relationship and after leaving my last job, I kind of do feel like numb to a lot of stuff, and I think it's because I don't have like a lot of structure from not working. Hopefully, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I think having some kind of structure in your life is important. If you could do anything, what would you do?
I don't know, but I like plants, so I thought about doing that. Like last year, I was really into like I could start a plant business, stuff like that, but also I feel like that's not realistic for me at this point, at least either. And I've really been struggling with the motivation kind of stuff. Like, I don't think I have the motivation or energy, at least right now, to do that. Because like I said, I'm trying to get back on my feet and everything from the past 2 months. So I don't know. I really don't know. I just want to be financially stable and not have to worry about paying rent and bills and everything constantly. So.
Do you do you live in like a high cost of living place?
Not really. My rent is $850 a month. I live in like the not really northern Virginia, but like the cheaper part of Virginia, I guess. So it's not bad, but it's like you know, I never went to school or anything, so like I'm definitely like I'm just doing like dead end jobs just to make ends meet. And I'm cool with it for the most part, but it's like, you know, I'm 23 and I haven't been a manager anywhere, but I feel like I'm ready to be a manager. I'm ready to make more money, but, yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. It's nice to rant though. It's nice to vent. So I really appreciate it, but it is,
of course, man.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for sure. So,
yeah, life is a little boring. No, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. It can be boring, but I think it is well within one's agency to make it exciting. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I get off on traveling around, running around, trying to fucking do stuff.
Yeah.
I feel so useless right now because all I want to say to you is to go do stuff, but I don't know what that means. But I sort of do. Yeah,
it's difficult when like, you know, like I get paid tomorrow, so like I'm not too worried about money, but at the same time I'm like behind on a bunch of bills. It's like you know, the financial stability. It's just like I feel like I would do more.
What bills are you behind?
All of them.
Which ones? Rent, okay, you have to pay rent.
Rent, my car loan and my car insurance. Yeah. My phone bill is actually caught up.
Okay.
But
that's
like
good.
my gas bill, water bill, probably electric bill too. That's all the ones I can think about. But yeah, so it's like, but I still like, you know, I'll like spend $50 just to go like out for a night, and it's nice. It's fun. I forget about like my worries for a day or two, and then I'm like, oh shit, like I kind of should have just saved my money. But yeah.
Where do you go out? Where does it cost $50 to go out? You said you live in Virginia?
Yeah. So there's good bars in West Virginia, and it's like 30 minutes away from me. And usually if I go with friends, they end up paying for my drinks. But
nice.
like to get in, it's like $20, and then
Wait a
couple
minute.
drinks is another
You told me you don't have any friends. That's a lie. You have friends.
Barely. Okay, friends I haven't seen in like 6 months probably.
Okay, but it's still friends. You don't want to go around saying you have no friends. You have friends.
Just not people I talk to like that, like I can really like openly talk to. That should make sense. I hope it does. But like,
You don't feel like you can openly talk to your friends who, like, the ones that you went out for drinks with?
Well, we went out once, so
okay.
not really.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't have like a steady group of friends.
What would you want to openly talk to them about?
Honestly, like not to say my depression, but like, because I don't think I'm actually depressed, but like, just, you know, like the struggles of like being like existing and stuff, I guess, and like trying to provide for yourself and being independent. Because it really is a struggle, and I didn't realize, like when I was 16, I was like, I'm going to move out when I'm 18. I'm going to be like a baddie and independent and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm doing it, it's like, holy shit, this is really fucking hard. Like I'm like, so yeah. It's just I don't know. It's just crazy. But I'm really honored. Like I said earlier, I'm really honored that like I got to talk to you though.
Oh shit! Thanks, man. I feel. Well, I hope it was a good experience for you. I almost feel like I don't feel like I was able to provide much in this phone call, but it's very sweet of you to say that. I hope that you figure out the secrets and the meaning of life, and if you do, report back. I'd love to hear it. Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go, Heather?
Well, I'm drawing a blank, but just appreciate what you do, and honestly,
Thanks,
you made my week.
Thanks, man.
So, but like, you know, things do get better. Like honestly, and it's you know, like when you're going through the rough spots, it's really hard to see that. But shit does get better, so you know, just keep living it up, kind of thing. But thank you again,
Heather. Geck bless, and I'll catch you around the universe, man. Good luck out there. Thanks for making tacos for those who need them.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Take care, Heather.
Bye.
Hello, folks. It's Lyle here. That's the end of this episode, but get this. I'm releasing a bonus episode this week. That's right, an entire extra hour of the podcast that you can listen to by becoming a premium member of Therapy Gecko over at therapygecko.supercast.com. Supercast subscribers get access to bonus episodes. They get a completely ad-free podcast feed of the regular show. They get recordings from my live shows, members-only streams, and they help support my ability to continue doing this podcast. So here's a clip from this week's members-only bonus episode.
I don't understand here. So why are you still seeing this woman?
I guess like I'm kind of sad in a way of like, will I ever find someone like that again? You know, just
Why
kind of depressed.
were you just very attracted to her?
Yeah.
All right, that's it, right?
Yes.
That's so funny. Because if someone's hot enough, you'll change religions for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I don't blame you for that at all. You know, if someone's hot enough and they tell you to kill your uncle, people have done that.
If you want to hear this full conversation, you can sign up to become a premium member at therapygecko.supercast.com or find the link in the episode description. That's therapygecko.supercast.com. All right, I have nothing else to say.